Ooh, what's up, internet? My name's Nerdy, and this is even more One Piece. That's right, we're back with episodes 39 and 40. Yup, we're still in the Arlong Park arc. Arlong Park arc. I'm enjoying it. Luffy's underwater. The boys are fighting fishmen, and Nami is gonna have 6 to 8 weeks recovery on that shoulder joint that she messed up. Holy crap, that was something. If you want the full-length reaction, go to patreon.com/nerdynightly, but I'm going to get into it, and I hope that you stick around and get into it with me, because it's time to watch these fishmen get absolutely annihilated for being mean to our girl, okay? Beanie-nee-nee. Beanie-nee-nee. Beanie. If I just did that the whole episode. Nerdy Nightly ruins his own One Piece reactions. Also, before we dance, Roleplay Relay 2 is coming November 25th. It's going to be a charity stream raising money for a charity that helps the families of kids who have cancer. And they're awesome. And we dance for them today. Cap for kids, y'all. It's going to be a TTRPG. It's going to be very fun. Come watch. Come donate. Kids with cancer. We're trying to do good things in the holiday season this year. Do. We're gonna gather up all our dreams. I freaking love this song. It's such a vibe. But then the show we're watching right now is so sad, and Luffy's dying, and Nami's just heartbroken. I do want to be your friend, Oda. We are on the cruise. We are. Oh my god. My editor's gonna have so much footage to blackmail me with. Momo is a victim in all of this, and I hope that we can all agree on that, right? Momo does not deserve what he gets. Like, yeah, he kind of threatened their ship because he was hungry, but I do feel like that is also just Arlong underfeeding him. Or her. It's a good point. I do like the bite there. It shows that Luffy's got some other moves. He's got some ingenuity, you know? Alright, boys. How are we dealing with Arlong and his band? Not looking at the title, because it's like, Luffy dies, maybe? Question mark, exclamation point. Let's go, okay. Oh, you cut the hair. I kind of love Hachin. I wouldn't mind if he, like, joined the crew. You can't come in because I have 6 hands. That is not how that works. At all. The animation choice there with the sound design was fucking sick. You shouldn't fight against the cook. Hachi number 9. Let's go, Gensan. Alright, Gensan, I believe in you here. You got this. I mean, these people live in a fishing village, right? They can probably all swim like crazy. Y'all, stop talking about it and go save Luffy. He is drowning. We don't have time for a conversation about it. Go. Go. Please. For the love of God, go. Good question. You'll be surprised, scared, blown away. Oh, okay, yeah. That shit's infected. That makes sense.
見よこれが俺の真の姿六刀流のハチ参上おいそここけるとこじゃねえぞバカにすんな
Fuck, Zoro. Six sword style is very funny. Let me go get my final form. He climbs away.
バカかあの野郎
Oh no, Sanji's already liquefied insides are now even more liquefied.
俺は魚人空手40段
In fishman karate.
コックの兄貴
Do they not know Sanji's name? Is Sanji the Legolas of this crew and they are Merry and Pippin and they do not know his name?
6本の刀を操るこの俺に傷一つつけられねえがな
Is he about to fuck up and destroy Arlong Park by accident?
アロンパークを壊す気か
いやすまねえついつい調子に乗っちまったぜ
I want to see a fishman at full rampage, you know what I mean? I'm hoping we get that before the end of this arc. It's not something they save for later. Come on, Zoro, you got this. Maybe you don't got this. You don't look okay.
俺の命死神でも取れねえぞ
It's a cool line. It's a pretty cool line.
なんて速さだあの長っ鼻
What speed? I do like that it's long nose versus long mouth. That's funny. I feel like that was intentional.
そうウソップ様なんて仲間思いなんだって偶然そうなっただけなんだけど
We call this productive cowardice.
ちくしゃーいかんいかんえらく差がついちまったみてえだな
Oh no, Usopp.
お母ちゃんただのカメだぜあっという間に遥か彼方だ
Usopp, look to the side.
貴様の方じゃねえのかよちよち這うことになんのは
Who could have seen that coming? Oh, interesting. Is that the sound of all of Sanji's bones?
危険だぜ今の兄貴の状態はおそらく傷が熱を持ってしまって意識もギリギリのはずだ
Fuck. Zoro.
もちろんだ兄貴受け止め
I would love it if they just went right into his back.
兄貴顔でタコ足危険兄貴
Oh!
三刀流
Oh! Let's go, Zoro. You did it.
やっぱすげえよあの人は
What spiritual strength!
怒ったぞ
Every swordsman in this show is obsessed with the X's on the chest. Everyone just cuts Juju on the chest.
世界一強い剣豪になるからさ
Let's go, Zoro. Find it. Find the inner strength.
重みだそうかなるほどお前の剣は重いのかだが
Nah,
な
Hachin, that's not what he means. And that's why you're gonna lose. It's because that's not what he means.
タコは大会
Oh, fuck.
プロに傷口をたま
That's dirty. He hit him in his wounds. It's a fight to the death, Johnny.
ブルリアお前はミンチだひき肉になれいいね兄貴
Got him! Your hands were all in the middle, Hachin. What'd you think was gonna happen?
おまけに俺の手を切りつける出血大サービス
A free hand cutting service. Why wouldn't there be a paid hand cutting service?
たとえ普通は気絶するほどの傷でも俺は倒れちゃいけねえ
I wish this was how it worked in real life. Like you could just will yourself to just keep going.
たとえ普通は死んじまうほどの傷でも
I love the way they're tying this into Hawkeye. Like, Zoro truly is a different swordsman from having been beaten by him. It's great storytelling. That was sick. Ouch. Sorry, dude. Sucks to suck.
剣の重みの違いが分かったろ気が済んだか
And it was about the weight of destiny, Hachi. The weight of emotion, the weight of friendship, and love, and promises and oaths.
覚悟も決めた。行かなきゃ。みんな戦ってるんだ。
Let's go, Nami. It's the right way to do it. Take your time. Wow, Hachi's fucked up. Take the time, cry a little bit, you know, get it out, and then fucking get to it.
イーストブルーにいるとはな多分いっぱいいるぜ
There's a bunch of chefs.
水中戦に持ち込むのがこいつらの狙いなんだぞ
Yeah. Oh, Sanji. You can't kick underwater, dude.
首がルフィの首が伸びてる
That looked so funny. Oh, shit. Ah, Sanji, I'm worried about you, bro.
てめえらがたかだか人間であることを
I mean, to be fair, 3 humans have taken out like 50 fishmen so far. To be continued. Oh. Had to give Usopp one last moment. That was great. Very funny. I like that Hachi is the swordsman because Hachi's the one that Zoro like messed with earlier a couple episodes ago. So it gives them like they've had this connection through this arc that's paying off. But more than that, I just really love how much they've tied in Zoro's personal growth from his loss already, right? And how it's changed his goals and it's changed how he goes about what he wants to accomplish, and his perseverance is even greater than it previously was. You know, you introduce these elements to these characters and then you want to see them affected by that. And some shows just are like, oh, like they've been through some stuff, but they're kind of the same character. And Zoro's kind of the same character, but he's very different. And I think that showing that growth is really impressive. It's handled really well here, and I just really liked it. I didn't know how I was going to like the sword fight until the Hawkeye stuff started to come into it, right? And the amount of faith I have that Zoro can do anything because he believes is really high. And the show did a great job of conveying that through the imagery and the 3 hand grab or whatever he called it that Hachi did. I loved when they play with the animation styles, right? I loved obviously the moment where Belmer-san died was awful because it's awful, but the way they used black and white for that I thought was really effective animation. And then the photography moments and the sound design mixed with that cutting to tell the story of him missing the 3 times on the blade. I thought that was really effective too. And they're doing it on all the levels in the show. The writing is playing with these characters in a way that's allowing them to grow and, you know, broaden. And then the animation is playing with how they're telling the story in ways that are comedically very strong, right? Like the show's very funny, and it's funny, and like there's genuine jokes. There's a lot of slapstick. There's great stuff going on in the comedic side. And in the animation, there's also a lot of really great action animation being done as well in ways that kind of save money sometimes, right? Like sometimes you don't get to see all of the movement and it's told through sort of the cheaper version of that, which is cutting away in creative ways. But they've done that successfully so far, and in a way that I understand they're saving some budget and some time for like the bigger fight between Luffy and Arlong. But the fights are still effective even when they're not fully animated. And I think that that's a testament to the skill of the people making this anime and the creativity that it's showing. One thing I'm curious about as I go through this is how much the look of the show is going to change over the years, because this was like 2001 or 2, right? So I imagine the show looks very different now, and I'm curious to see how the anime updates over time, or if they like stick with this early 2000s style. That's gonna be fun to get into. But for now, let's get into the next episode, because we got one more to watch today. My pocket, and do you wanna be my friend? We are on the cruise. We are. Maybe if I can learn how to kick, I'll take Taekwondo, I'll learn how to kick, and I'll play Sanji in the live action musical. I think I was like a brown belt in Taekwondo at one point when I was a kid. Mostly because I thought it was going to make me better as a hockey goalie, but, you know, that's the Canadian way to take martial arts.
てめえらがたかだか人間だということをシャー
Roleplay Relay 2, November 25th, on this YouTube channel. No, the main channel, not this one. Don't come here. It won't be here. There'll be an announcement here, but go to the main one.
よかろうやってやる巨人空手自己負け
Dueling hair tether. Oh, it is his weapon. That's very funny.
なんだそれはキック力は半減だな
Just like D&D. All of your damage is halved underwater.
快速腹下し蹴り
Sanji's insides are liquid. Sanji's durability is kind of insane.
必殺冗談爆笑
Guffaw Pom Bomb. Try saying that 3 times fast. Guffaw Pom Bomb, Guffaw Pom Bomb, Guffaw Pom Bomb. Air, oxygen, air.
全く呆れた強さだ人間とは思えん息を
Fuck. This is bad. I really don't see how Sanji gets out of this. Like, maybe Luffy wakes up, but fuck.
だが見ろこれが貴様の安っぽい騎士道の果てだ
It's a pretty good burn.
裏切った波もただではおかんわかるか
He's gonna be powered up by hearing them talk about Nami.
できんのだ
I guess we all derive strength from something.
お前らは水圧の急激な変化にも対応できんのだよなつまりここから深海へ急降下した場合
He's gonna give him the bends. Sanji's insides are already liquid, so it's already.
この男まだ死なんのか
No, the bends, it won't kill you instantly, but it'll get you eventually.
地上では肺呼吸海中ではエラ呼吸に
Bronchial respiration. Is that what breathing through gills is? Is bronchial respiration? I thought, interesting.
同じ苦しみだろう
Let's go, Sanji! I thought he was gonna win with, like, chef shit. I didn't realize he was gonna win with straight science. Sanji's a STEM fighter, you know what I mean?
とにかく上がれ魚野郎てめえと片付けてやるまだわからんよ
He's so mad.
ここでさっき貴様を吹き飛ばしたのは100枚瓦聖剣
Now I have the 1,000 brick
俺の
fist.
究極の技は1000枚瓦聖剣
How did I know?
こり
Oh! This is why you don't announce your attacks. Just attack.
えっ俺が誰も守るんだと
Let's go, Sanji. You got caught monologuing, dude. I don't know what you expected. I bet Sanji kicks a mean lamb. You know what I mean? I bet his lamb chops are just divine.
デザートはいらねえか
The only way that could have been better is if he put on sunglasses when he said it.
少し調子に乗りすぎじゃねえのか
I mean, you're the racist who thinks that they shouldn't be able to keep up at all, man. Like, I feel like you should be learning a lesson here, Arlong.
本当にすごい。
They're pretty spectacular.
それどころか、今まで抑えてきた信じられない気持ちだけど。
Is this just a show about how Luffy kind of ends piracy everywhere he goes? Gives people hope and like makes the whole world a better place, like ocean by ocean? Oh wow, Usopp, yeah. They didn't even show it. They were like, it's not even worth showing Usopp get his ass kicked by this guy.
俺様の水鉄砲一発で即死か。戻るか。あっちも。
How many times are the fishmen gonna fall for the fake blood routine?
こんな時のために作っておいてよかったぜ、ケチャップ。
Ketchup star.
気のせいか。
死ぬのはちょっとパスだ。
I think I'll pass on dying. Fair. You gotta realize the limits on your ability, right? I don't really disagree with Usopp here. I love this.
いや、俺の戦いぶりときたらなんて
Yeah.
なんてみっともね。
The liar realizing he's been changed too much to keep lying. Let's go! Storytelling! We're storytelling!
毎日命張って生きてるから、あいつらは本当に楽しそうに笑うんだ。
Let's go, Usopp. You got this.
あいつらね、あいつらと本気で笑い合っていいはずだぜ。
Ah.
バカか。
クソバハンバーグ。クソバ
A rubber band?
あの野郎。必殺
酒？
なまり星。
I thought Usopp was like the ranger of the group, but I think he's actually the rogue, right? Because he really is only good if he gets sneak attack.
チョコ材だろうがなんだろうが関係あるか。
Come on, Usopp, you got this. I love this. I love the storytelling of like, I'll lie. Wait, I want to be worthy of being with you. Squirt machine gun. I dated a girl with the nickname Squirt Machine Gun, and let me tell you, it ruined my mattress. It was... and demonetized.
酒は燃えるんだぜ。必殺火炎星。
A little flambe, let's go. Let's go, Usopp. I love that no one is here for this fight. I love that he ran away so that this fight could happen where it isn't about people seeing him be brave. It's about proving to himself that he's brave.
ウソップはもうウソパパウソパパウソパパウソパパ
Well done. That was very funny. Yeah, you did, Usopp. Yes, you did. I fucking love this character. Because it wasn't for them. It was so that he could tell himself that he belonged to be one of the Straw Hats, right? And that is so much more meaningful. Oh, Nojiko. Nami's back! Alright, here we go. This is what it needs, right? Like, Luffy obviously will probably finish him off. But Nami's gonna get in there and get some licks in.
ナミさん。
With the hat and everything. Let's go.
あんたを殺しに。
Woo! Is that 2 episodes in a row? No. Two of my episodes, like doubles, that ended with someone showing up to Arlong Park to be like, because at the end of last episode of my reaction series, Luffy shows up and is like, which one of you's Arlong? She's like, I'm here to kill you. Everyone just shows up to Arlong Park ready to kill Arlong, and it's great. It's great. So much good stuff in these 2 episodes. I like really, really like, you know, because it's a little bit like, oh, we're going to fight, right? Like it's fight time. And I think that other shows that I've watched, other animes, I think struggle to keep the emotions going through the fights. And this show does not have that issue, right? It makes the fights about inner strength. And part of the reason they're able to do that is because the like physics of the fight don't matter, right? Nothing that happens physically has any actual weight to it. And so the fights only have weight because the show leans so heavily into emotionally what's going on with the spirit of the characters. And it allows them to have the slapstick tone of the fights. I mean, I'm probably just repeating myself. I've said this a million times, right? But the show rides on what is going on in characters' intentions, not what is going on like with their physical strength. And I think, honestly, I think that it's one of the reasons why comic books are a better method for storytelling than like superhero movies have been. And it's because like Superman's fights never really make sense. But in a comic book, because it's so internalized, the dialogue on the page can be internal thoughts. You can have what One Piece does really well in that. And I think that like a lot of superhero movies struggle to like do their big finale fights because you're like, I don't really understand the strength of either of these things. Is Iron Man Mark 1 better, or Mark 3, I think it is, better than the Ironmonger suit? I don't really know. So the movie has to kind of get into the physics of that fight because it can't get to the internal monologue of the character as much as One Piece and like the comic book versions of those characters do. And so I think that this show is doing a really good job of like showing why when you involve superpowers into something, or even not superpowers, but like Sanji and Zoro have essentially superpowers, right? They're super resistant to damage. They have a healing factor. Like they're both mutants in terms of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. When you give them that, you have to give weight to the story somewhere. And if it's not going to be in the combat, because the combat is mostly comedy, right? You have to do it by showing their internal monologue as text on the screen, or as dialogue, right? And this show does such a good job of pointing to what is the reason why this character is deciding to be in pain and keep going over and over and over again. They did it here with Usopp and the crew, and him being like, you know, for Usopp, this fight was about proving to himself that he actually belonged with his friends. And it's why I'm so glad that his friends weren't there to see it, because it was about him convincing himself, taking away his doubt. For Zoro, it was about, you know, really showing the audience and himself the change that has come about because of the fight with Hawkeye, and that he is deserving of continuing on the path to fighting Hawkeye. For Sanji, it's a little bit less clear. I think that Sanji, the character of Sanji for me isn't my favorite, just because a lot of his motivation comes from this idea of chivalry and of his like attraction to Nami that is purely physical. Like it doesn't feel like Sanji has any sort of real connection to Nami outside of the fact that she's hot. And so I'm hopeful that if we keep going down this path where Sanji is chasing Nami, that they manage to make that relationship a little bit more intimate and less horny, for lack of a better term. Because it is kind of the thing that isn't my favorite of the boys, but he's still, the comedy from him really works. His one-liners are great, and so I like him being a little bit different from the others. I think that it gives some variety to the group. I just hope they can find a way to bring a little bit more depth to why he does what he does. Because he, of the main cast, and he's the newest one, so I think it's fair, he is the shallowest of the characters right now. And you know, I think there's a lot to explore there, and I hope we get into it, because where we're at with Usopp, where we're at with Sanji, where we're at with Nami, and where we're at with Luffy, yeah, and honestly, I would put Luffy below the other three, right? Like, I think that they've given a lot of backstory time to the other characters, and Luffy is a little bit shallower than Nami, Zoro, and Usopp, who I feel like are the characters who have had the most development so far. But Luffy's character gets to be shown at the end of each arc, so I feel like he has the most like active role in all of this, so that really works. And so I'm just hoping that we can like find ways to get Sanji to not just be horny and chivalrous, and his chivalry comes from kind of a weird, like, incel-y place. I'm hopeful that they can find a way to get that character to be a little bit more fully breathed into the way the others are, because even the villains, right? Like Arlong is such a fascinating villain. And everything about this show is so good. The animation really is so good. I'm really impressed with it. I love Nojiko and Gensan. This show does a really good job of introducing supporting characters very quickly and having them deeply matter to the characters, right? We saw it with the chefs, the two like main chefs under Zeph. Obviously, Zeph was a very important character. We saw it with Usopp's girl, Maylene. I'm really bad at remembering names. I'm so sorry. You know, I think that like we see it with Belmare, right? Belmare-san was introduced so well. And so I'm excited to get back to like getting to know Shanks better and some of those supporting characters from early on that were set up really well. And I want everyone to keep coming back because everybody feels very real, right? The supporting cast of the show feels very fleshed out in a way that like I don't want villains to die because I want them to come back. They're more interesting than single fights. I especially like Buggy. Like, and I know Buggy comes back because I know that Buggy's one of like the pieces of art that I still see. So I'm assuming he's in the episodes probably up until now. But I'd love to see Kuro again and what he is up to after his defeat. I'd love to see Don Krieg again. I would love to see where these characters go because it's really good. It's good stuff. I feel like all of these I just end up being like surprised at how quality the show is. And it's just like a clinic. It's a clinic in writing with really great animation and some world building that I just think is like one of the most fascinating worlds to explore in an anime. Like I'm curious, honestly, with the live action to see how you explore this world there, because it seems almost impossible, right? Like this anime is built. The world is built to be satisfying in the anime and for the anime to be able to explore it in ways that I'm very curious to see what they do in live action, because I don't know that they'll be able to pull this off, but everybody seems to like it. So I can't wait to watch that when I get through. I think the East Blue ends at episode 60, so we'll probably get to episode 60 before we watch it, but wild. I'm 2/3 of the way through the first world of One Piece. That's insane. 2/3 of the way through the first arc or saga or whatever it's called. And I am loving it. I'll see you next time. If you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave mean comments down below because the algorithm god is hungry and we must feed her. This episode, that algorithm goddess is Nami. She showed up to her fight and I cannot wait for next episode. I'm so excited. Also Nojiko, she's breathing air down under the sea. Or I guess now she's pumping. She's pumping Luffy underwater, you know. If you want to follow me around the internet, you can. I'm at nerdynightly. Do something nerdy tonight, y'all. Bye.